Hello and welcome to PS Such a Connection. I'm P.
And I'm S, and we're talking about season 21 of The Bachelor with Nick Viall. The third one, episode 3. And also Nick's third time around. Fourth. Never mind. It didn't work.
It's next week. She won't remember next week and she'll try it again the 5th week.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. So they start off not where they left off last episode.
No, actually there was a weird...
Yeah, they jump to, he has now told everyone what happened. Yeah. And they're all...
They, showed it in, the preview, what happened last time, and,
But it didn't happen last time.
He never told everyone.
Maybe he did. As she was leaving, he, walked in and he was like, BT dubs.
But still, they really glossed over it.
Yeah, they completely I guess they wanted all of the girls' reactions to it, because he did do it again in front of everyone.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Where he was also, super... I don't know how you would be in that situation, but he was like, yeah, so that girl who just went home, we fucked. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask. That's all I've got.
Yeah. I agree, but at the very least, he addressed it.
Yeah.
Right? He was open.
Yeah.
And, it is, he was like, and, yeah, but he also did address the fact that, it wasn't, I did suggest that we keep in touch. I didn't
he did
mean
say
for
that.
this to be just a one-time thing, and she wasn't feeling it.
Yeah.
And so and I feel he's taken this episode a lot of barrages, because he got a question, questioned on that, and later
I felt like it went a lot better than they made it seem like it was going to.
That's
because
true.
I feel like most of the conversations after that, they were I don't even remember anyone really questioning him.
Yeah, no.
I think there was one girl who was like, maybe he's not here for the right reasons, but
and spoiler alert, she goes home.
Oh, was it? Which one was it?
Lacey.
Don't tell Nick that he's not there for the right reasons, because he's gonna send you home.
So I guess right then the rose ceremony happens.
Yeah, the rose ceremony, and Corinne goes to sleep. She tried to have sex with him.
Oh, that was big, yeah.
One of those things. She tried to have sex with him, and
it was super awkward.
Yeah.
In the middle of, it was on the front lawn. And she brought whipped cream and a trench coat.
They just set stuff up for her on the front lawn, because that's where the bouncy castle was, too. They're like,
right.
You don't want to be anywhere near this house right now, so let's bring you out to the front lawn, because the girls will stab you.
Oh my god. Yeah, so, and Nick was into it, which, I was like, ew, but he did put a stop to it.
He did put a stop to it, but Nick, it does make sense, a beautiful girl is throwing herself at you, but, keep it in your fucking pants, because there are also a ton of other girls who are also throwing their hearts and minds at you.
Yes.
Not just their asses.
Yeah.
And their vagines.
Yeah, Corinne doesn't know how to move their relationship forward without sex.
Yeah, do you think her nanny has been on every date that she's had and, makes the bed for them before they go in to have sex? Because I think I'll get into it more later, but I'm not sure. No, yeah, it was right then, because she had the hissy fit and she went to sleep. I'm not sure she's ever had a date where she hasn't had sex.
Yeah, I don't know, probably not.
Because... you don't react like that with someone not wanting to have sex with you.
Yeah, because all he did was, he was like, Because he was going along with it fine. He was like, he licked whipped cream off her boob. And
yeah,
then,
that was a bit much. Like,
Yeah.
come on, Nick.
Come on. And then so, like, Jasmine comes over and he's like, no, wait, Jasmine, like, don't feel awkward. Like, it's fine. Which was, like, good, but also, like, it was kind of weird. But then Corinne loses her mind.
Well, I thought there was a part that got cut out there where he said point blank to her, like, she tried to go further, and he said point blank to her, no.
Oh.
And then they continued their conversation from there, and then
Mhm.
Jasmine came in.
Got you. Okay. That makes sense.
I thought maybe, but I don't know if that's how
Yeah,
it was.
I mean, either way, she took let's keep it there as I hate you.
Yeah, as you're going home tonight,
Yeah.
even though you already have a rose.
Yeah.
Like,
So she falls asleep.
yeah, she goes to sleep during the rose ceremony, which is super rude.
Yes.
During the cocktail party, I think it's much more reasonable.
Yeah.
But during the rose ceremony, it's super rude.
Yeah.
She was incredibly drunk, though.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, she was clinging for dear life to the railing on the staircase as she was walking down. She was wasted, and they shouldn't have even let her talk to him like that. But they knew something was gonna happen.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, and half of me also thinks, like, you know, I'm not a fan of Corinne, but in any form of the word, but when you put sleep above, and again, it's like she didn't really mean to, I don't think, but this episode kind of showed us, like, she's just gonna sleep, and some of me's like, all right, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean, if you aren't, like, spending time with him and your time is done, like, you might as well just go sleep.
Yeah.
Apparently, people aren't gonna stop you, so, like, take notes, people who are gonna go on The Bachelor. Yeah. You can sleep. You don't have to stay up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, rose ceremony.
Mm-hmm. And, I mean, I kind of liked Haley. She annoyed me the first episode, but I didn't mind her last episode.
Yeah, I didn't have feelings for any of those girls.
So Haley, Lacey, and Elizabeth went home, and we're just gonna take a couple of seconds to unceremoniously cross their faces off. Bye. They move into the Backstreet Boys.
I loved it.
This is Steph's Finland moment. No, seriously though, this show has Finland, Backstreet Boys, and wait for it, Raven. So it's the best show ever.
So I personally loved on Twitter how everyone was going on about Nick Carter and how, you know, whatever. Someone said I would go home with the wrong Nick, and, like, I thought it was hysterical. So shout out to you.
Nick and his thing was like, it's a good thing that all of the Backstreet Boys are happily married. And I was like, that wouldn't stop me from ignoring you. And just, like, I know I'm here for you, but, like, the Backstreet Boys are here.
Yeah.
So I don't have time for you right now. Yeah, so they get to be backup dancers for the Backstreet Boys, which is really cool.
And I think, who did really well?
I think, well, Jasmine was there. She was she used to be a cheerleader.
Oh, right. She was the one who was dancing really well.
Yeah, and she was awesome. And then
Danielle did really awesome.
Wait, maybe I'm getting people mixed up. I thought it was Jasmine because she was the same person who stole him away from Corinne. But Unless Danielle L stole him away from Corin. I don't know.
No, I think it was.
And I thought
Jasmine stole him from Corinne.
Okay. And I thought, I don't know why. Whatever.
It couldn't have been Danielle and Danielle.
No, because Danielle M wasn't there.
So it was Danielle and Jasmine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, and Corinne is like freaking out again, which is fine. Like, I didn't care.
No, okay, so this got me thinking. It actually made me feel a little bit bad for her because, like, she equates confidence with being able to take her clothes off, and she doesn't actually have confidence.
Yeah.
But she has the ability to take her clothes off.
Yeah. It is.
So, I mean, I really did feel bad for her because, like,
It is.
she shouldn't be on this show. Like, she's not mature enough for it.
Yeah, no. I mean, just everything points to, like, the nanny, it's sad in a sad way, not even in a, like, we're gonna make fun of you way. She can't do anything for herself.
Yeah.
And she says this to the girls, and they're like, wow. But also, like, she doesn't realize that everything she's saying is making her sound bad.
Mm-hmm.
Like
she thinks it makes her superior, right?
Yeah.
She's like, oh, I have a nanny. She does everything for me.
Exactly.
Like, it doesn't.
Exactly. She doesn't get it.
It's just, like, I mean, you have to be able to take care of yourself, especially when you go on a show like this. Like,
yeah. We were talking and we decided that she definitely probably doesn't run that company.
Yeah. I would be so surprised unless she's like incredibly book smart and it just doesn't come across at all.
Yeah.
In her personality, there's no way.
'Cause if she can't do anything that actually takes care of her, how could she take care of this whole other entity?
Yeah.
It just doesn't make logical sense to me. And not, like, because it is hard, like, even to say things, because you don't want... In watching the show The Bachelor, there's an inherent kind of, like, you know, you don't want to demean these girls, because we're girls, you know, we don't want to... we're trying to, like, acknowledge that, like, they're all women and they're, like, they can be smart outside of being, like, pretty.
Yeah.
And stuff, but yeah, Corinne's just kind of a whole nother ballgame.
Yeah, and I feel like Corinne doesn't believe that herself.
Right.
So it's kind of tough to, like,
yeah,
comment on someone who doesn't believe the things that you believe.
Yeah, right.
So she's coming at this from a whole other angle.
Yeah.
Whatever. So she freaks out and Danielle L gets the rose, and then Corinne again freaks out while the Backstreet Boys are singing. We have to listen to her stupid confessional about how she hates watching Nick make out with someone in front of her, despite the fact that she was like, last week, people are gonna make out with Nick. Like, get over it. Like,
get over it. She's, yeah. But anyway, yeah, I was really happy. So now, I mean, it's hard not to feed in to what they're showing us. But so one of my front runners now is Danielle, because I think she did so well.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I really like her.
Yeah. She was awesome. And then, see, I thought you were going to say that one of your front runners was Vanessa.
Well, I have 3 front runners, and one of them is Vanessa.
Who's the other one?
Rachel.
Okay. So, I don't think... Okay, so, like, a front runner, I really like Vanessa.
Yeah.
I also think she's a bit of a snob.
Yeah.
But, you know, like, you can still be awesome and a snob at the same time. Yeah. It's fine. I don't think she's gonna make it to top 5.
Okay, that's fair. Maybe by front runners I meant I like her.
Well, yeah. I mean, my front runner is Raven, but
Yeah.
I also think Raven's gonna make it to the top 4, but
Okay. Yeah, I see her. I think maybe because on Chris Soules' season, Becca, who made it to top 2, was in the background till like episode 6 or something ridiculously. And I think it could be one of those situations where he gets a one-on-one with her, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, everyone was like, Vanessa's gonna be the winner, Vanessa's gonna be the winner. But I don't think she cracks the top 5.
Well, so can we talk about the pool party? I mean, that was the pool party.
Are we just gonna skip Vanessa's date and the other
Oh,
date?
Vanessa's date. Yeah, I guess because
I mean, she made him cry.
Yeah, that was standout to me.
And he made out with her even though she just vomited.
Yeah.
But honestly, I'm not sure that Nick is not the type of person who wouldn't make out with anyone who just vomited at this point.
That's true.
Sorry, Nick.
I actually wanted to talk about that moment because I think because the whole time, right, Nick just cried in front of Vanessa, and the whole time I said episode 1, he seemed so emotionally reserved and like kind of separated from it, and he talked about that. He was like, I have a fear that I can't trust my feelings in this environment.
Yeah.
Which is so huge. And like he chose to be on the show anyway, and I think if you're offered to be the Bachelor, Bachelorette, you're not going to refuse.
Yeah.
It's just too good a deal to pass up. But
yeah, because not only do you get to go on the show and possibly find love, you get endorsements from it. And you get, I mean, like straight cash. They pay you from it.
Yeah.
Not straight cash, but you get checks.
So you get a lot of things. But I thought it was so cool, like, to see him say something like that, and he cried, and he was like, I really do question myself, and I like, and like he has been through this, and I do think he legitimately in this environment fell in love with Andy and Caitlyn, and like they legitimately turned him down. So like, yeah, I just saw some of that coming out, and he's talked about it with other people, but it not in that kind of way. So I just thought that was kind of cool to see.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I just think there's a possibility that Vanessa's gonna leave.
Maybe.
Because, I mean, I like Snoop. I don't look up spoilers, but I like Snoop, and I like watch all of the things that they show from future episodes.
Do the digging.
And she's not there, so I just don't think she's gonna be there. But, like, I mean, she might be. I could have gotten her and someone else confused.
True. But it is true that, like, she could, be like...
I think that would be the most logical thing to happen, because if he were to send her home in, like, the next couple of weeks, I would be kind of really surprised after, like, that date.
Yeah.
Just because he cried, but, like, I feel like after every single one-on-one date, you're like, this person's gonna be the one to win, because you see them and they're by themselves.
Actually, yeah. I don't think I always feel that, though.
Yeah, that's true, but I always see it on Twitter.
Yeah, that's true. People on Twitter.
I mean, I guess there are different people who are rooting for different people, and if he were to have a one-on-one date with Raven right now, I would be like, she's going all the way. And I still think she is, even if she doesn't have a one-on-one date, but like...
Yeah. What, did they have another date?
Yeah.
What was the other date?
Where were you?
Oh, the running one.
She just taps out if there's running. She's like, nope, not here for that.
No, I thought it was dumb, but like, except for the last part.
I mean, it was awesome because Allison Felix was there, and we've met her.
That's true. We met her. Well, I didn't like shake her hand like hi.
Oh, really?
No, I got there late.
Oh.
Because of the snow.
You should have just tackled her.
I'm sure she would have appreciated that. Our BFF is like the best runner ever.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So when she won some national title, no big deal. Allison Felix came to her house to present her an award.
Yeah, and
it
we
was
were all
awesome.
there.
And we were there because we're her BFFs.
We got invited because we're awesome.
So, but basically, we know Nick Viall.
Yeah, we're basically best friends with Nick Viall now.
I think so. I'm pretty sure.
So watch our show because we're best friends with him.
We can call him right now.
Yeah.
Just through.
I got his number. I just asked Allison Felix.
Yeah. She's gonna text us back.
Yeah, she definitely will.
Yeah. So, do you have anything to say about this date?
No, I thought Alexis proved that she's perfect.
Alexis is perfect. I love her.
And I thought there was a crazy roller coaster of emotions because you thought Rachel was gonna get it, and then I thought Rachel was gonna win the turnaround because Alexis, I saw her, she was running straight past the ring, so I thought Rachel was gonna get it on the turnaround, but then Astrid goes to get it on the turnaround, she touches it, and I was like, alright, Astrid's gonna get it, and then Rachel steps on it!
And it shatters, and I loved the build-up.
It was fantastic.
That was a great moment.
It was one of the best moments of Bachelor history.
It legitimately was.
Because from second to second, I had no idea what was gonna happen.
And you were still surprised.
Yeah.
It was
and
great.
even in that moment, because she steps on it, and they kind of both were there at once, so it was I mean, they had that on slow motion replay.
Yeah.
They had to have someone behind the thing, calling it, because I didn't even know that it was Astrid. I thought it was still gonna be between the two of them.
Yeah, man. It was a really, really awesome moment. And then Astrid won and gets in the hot tub in her full leggings and bra.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do.
I guess so. Maybe she wasn't wearing underwear, and so she just was I guess this is what I have to do.
Why wouldn't you wear underwear to something like that?
Because panty lines, Pam.
Oh God. Okay.
Hold on, baby. Because panty lines. So then Astrid got a little time with him in the hot tub. And it was fine. She had a bra thing where her boobs were bouncing too much. I feel that. What happened after that? They had a group date afterwards.
Yeah, they all had pretty good conversations because people like Corinne weren't there.
Yeah.
So they all got to sit down and talk with him. And
go on.
The more important part of that is we got to see it.
Yeah. Jeez. Got to see something.
It was fantastic.
And then Dominique.
Oh, yeah.
Poor Dominique. She goes around and she's like, I haven't gotten time with him. And, I totally understand. Nick has all these women. And you have to, in that situation, know who he's gravitating towards. It's just so clear.
Yeah.
And who he's around, and you said he was holding on to Rachel at one point, and or with all the other women there.
Yeah, and if you see that, I completely understand wanting to tear her face off because it's not you.
Especially when you
not that Dominique went about it that way, but
no. But yeah, no, especially when you feel like you haven't even got to have a conversation with him.
Yeah.
He's not paying attention to you, and it's definitely tough, but I think, and my criticism was, when you have that chance to have that first conversation, really make an impression. Now it's your one-on-one time. Mm-hmm. You don't go into that accusatory and you're not paying enough attention to me. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it stinks, but you have to be aware that there's so many women. Yeah. He can't.
It's you have to take that opportunity because there are people like Chase and people I can't even remember who else, who, they don't show them talking with they didn't show him talking with JoJo at all in the beginning, maybe once. And then he just shows up and we make fun of it, oh, he wasn't even on the show before, but that, those people make it because they don't go and say, I'm not getting my time with you. They
Yeah.
go and they try to have the best time that they can have.
Exactly. Exactly. And
So Dominique could have been that person. Maybe it'll
Yeah.
be Brittany because no one knows who Brittany is.
maybe it'll be Brittany. But then, so because of that, and it's strictly because of that, I think, because if she had had a normal conversation, it would have been fine. But
Yeah.
because she went in like that, Nick was like, well, then bye. Like,
Yeah.
And he wasn't mean about it. He was like,
No, yeah. He was like, well, yeah, you're pointing out something that's true because,
yeah.
I mean, you came in here and you kind of didn't even try.
Yeah.
You just kind of went straight into, like, I'm not getting the attention that I need.
Exactly.
So, yeah, it's true. There's not a connection between us because...
Right.
And maybe if she hadn't pointed it out, it wouldn't have been a thing.
Exactly. Yeah. But so also this part really, I really like Rachel. I love her. And I hope, I don't know. I just like
She's
her.
making it top 4 at least. She may win. But
You
I feel
think?
like it's hard for the person who won the first impression rose to win.
That's true.
We were going to look up the statistics of that before, and we should.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know.
It is.
Yeah.
It's like not likely.
So that's the only reason I don't think she's going to win. Because I can't take my mind out of the statistics. Statistically. She's the killer anytime you play Mafia. So yeah, then they had the pool party.
The pool party. I feel like we're back on Corinne now because that's the only thing that happened.
Unfortunately, yes. Well, they basically made it that way because the only thing they like showed Raven rubbing suntan lotion
That's
on Nick
true.
because get it, girl. Get it.
Yeah.
So that was the only thing they showed before Corinne straddling him in a bouncy
Which
castle.
she like props though for like to the producers like get me a bounce castle.
Yes. And make it on the front lawn because I don't want to be with those bitches in the backyard.
Yeah. Basically. The producers.
Maybe she's allergic to the backyard because she doesn't even go back there. She comes out and goes to the front and then she goes up and goes to sleep.
Yeah, that's what happens.
There's a possibility. It's probably slim.
I think we cracked the code. But so he was having a good time out in the back. It was good. I feel like he was like making out with people and like and then Corinne is like, look what I have, and they were like being all raunchy out there. And like it's fine, like when you're
So Nick said, I want to be with someone who's fun, and Corinne is fun all the time. But she's not fun all the time.
Yeah.
She is psychotic most of the time and fun like 25% of the time.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, I get it. When you're in front of someone, like, it's hard to see what they are.
Yeah.
When they're not in front of you. I mean, that makes total sense because they aren't in front of you, so you can't see how they are. But, like, what I'm saying is, like, you can't just assume that someone's fun because all the time because of that. And he also, like, I mean, he clearly wasn't in the room for her breakdown during the dance thing, but it's not like she was hidden during that. Like, she had a mental breakdown in the middle of it. Like, that's not fun all the time. And it's fine to not be fun all the time, but, he's saying that's why he likes her and he wants to be with her. Not just because she wants to have sex with him all the time, which is really the reason, but he doesn't want to say that.
Yeah. And, like, okay, in Nick's defense a little bit, it is, I think, flattering to be around someone who's so clearly into you. And I mean all the girls are.
Yeah.
But Corinne is like you can see where he would just be like, oh yeah, like I could go roll with this.
Yeah.
But then the girls see them.
Raven. First one off the bat that we saw, I guess. Beautiful, transcendent goddess, like.
That was me being a raven.
Yeah. Goddess, like, perfection. She pulls him aside. And she, like, flat out was like, Corinne, no, nanny, bye.
Yeah.
She laid it out on the table. And I feel like she has a good point, because if Corinne can't do anything for herself, she's expecting Nick to do everything for her.
Yeah. Clearly.
I mean, she's gonna bring the nanny with her too, but she expects Nick to do everything.
Yeah, but like everything that the nanny doesn't do, like Nick is gonna take on some load here.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like the nanny is gonna take care of the both of them forever. I don't know. But yeah, this is the second barrage he gets, because now everyone is telling him about Corinne, and not in different ways, which I appreciate. Like, Raven was like, listen, she can't take care of herself because like she has this nanny, right?
Yeah.
And then one girl, I forget, was like, I'm like, some of the girls, they say, are worried about kind of what you're looking for, just based on what you're gravitating towards and what is, impressing you. Mm-hmm. And then there's Vanessa.
I feel like Vanessa super dropped the bomb here, because they had this amazing date where she made him cry, and then she was like, no, not if you're into that.
Yeah.
Like, and he was trying to be like, well, really, how much did you see? And she was like, I saw enough to know that that's not what I'm looking for. Mm-hmm. And he was like,
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So, like, she's a snob, but she's, like, probably my favorite snob, because her and Raven, they don't play. They lay it out, and it's there.
Yeah, and it's good, because that's what everyone wants to hear. That's what we as an audience want her to tell Nick.
Yeah.
But it's hurting her chances in that she's no one wants to be told what to do or be given an ultimatum or feel like it's me or her. Like, well, it is, but like you want a little bit more understanding and a little bit more gentleness.
Yeah. I feel like in this case it's a little different, though.
Yeah.
Because there were so many girls saying these things to him. I mean, Corinne is going to be there until the top 5, I have reason to believe. Mm-hmm. But he still has all of these girls saying it to him. It's not just one person. And they're all basically laying down this ultimatum. And I just, like, I can't believe anyone, if someone wants to have sex with you, and then there's someone who also wants to have sex with you, but can have a conversation with you, are there, and there are, like, 14 of those girls, and one of just the girl who wants to have sex with you, that you would choose that one girl over the rest of those girls.
Yeah. But I don't understand what you're saying.
I think I got lost in the middle of that.
Okay.
But, like, I just feel like Nick should, like, rather than taking that as an ultimatum being told what to do, it would, like, knock some sense into him.
Hopefully. And maybe I hope he takes it that way.
Maybe even if it just leads to a conversation between her where he's like, I'm not really into this, like, whole thing. I would like to have a real conversation with you.
Yeah.
That would be great. It's probably not going to happen.
No.
But whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's my personal opinion that even though, like, Vanessa's speech was really like poignant and like deserved, like that it'll lose her some points, and
Yeah.
she's gonna go home.
I almost feel like she's gonna walk out because he's not gonna get rid of her.
Yeah.
And I mean, good on her. Like,
yeah,
I agree. Show Nick that he can actually lose someone for making a stupid decision.
Yeah.
Not that he doesn't know that because he's been through this before, but like, I feel like it's a little bit different when you're the Bachelor and you're deciding who stays and who goes.
Yeah. That's true. That's true. But I was really into this whole episode for some reason. Like, I thought, like, because usually at some points you're like...
I mean, you forgot most of it.
Listen.
You were super into it.
I was tweeting.
I felt like it was one of the episodes that showed us the most conversations, and it was still jam-packed with drama.
Yeah.
But it didn't, for the most part, it kind of did for that first date because the stuff with Corinne. But it didn't, like, throw everything else by the wayside.
Yeah.
To just focus on the drama.
Yeah, yeah. It was good.
Yeah. I would still like for them to have a thing, though, where they where they would finish the episode, right? So, like, we see the rose ceremony.
Please get back on track, Bachelor.
Please.
We're not on board with this. But I... yeah. So, the connection count this time around, I had 14.
Yes.
But I think we missed at least 2.
I think we missed at least 2.
So we're going to say it was 16.
Definitely 16. Connection count 16.
16. Yeah.
You can check us out on Twitter at Such a Connection.
We live tweet every week.